Alright, welcome back everyone to Alliance War Season 25. This is war number 11, and today Poseidon is going up against AME, and we're going to jump in. We're going to check out the attack team. It's Dr. Doom, Human Torch, and Moleman making his first Alliance War debut. I just took this dude to rank 2 a few weeks ago, and I gotta say, he is absolutely phenomenal. I love playing this guy since his buff, so really excited to have some Moleman gameplay today, but we're taking Path 6 in Section 1, and then we're actually going to go back onto Path 5 in Section 2. So we've got the Rhino and Nova, and Path 5, my usual path, unless there is an Immortal Abomination there, because I don't use Quake, and Quake is a great matchup there. Taking a look at the mini-bosses, Black Widow Deadly Origin, interesting placement over there. Hitmonkey, MODOK, Apocalypse Boss, of course, so a little different, but ultimately not too bad. We're going to start off on our path, and Path 6 has the Morning Star on it, and she is a 6-star at rank 3, so she's pretty beefy, but Human Torch, a great counter. She's got the Aggression Fury and Strike Back node, so I know I'm just not going to be throwing specials. Because of that strike back, I also am cognizant of the protect because Morningstar is a large champion. So I'm not going to be throwing heavy attacks to build my temperature. I'm just going to be parrying, doing medium, light, mediums. And because Torch doesn't contact her, she doesn't apply the bleeds. So I don't have to worry about her applying the bleed debuffs to me, which would really suck for Human Torch. But 15 hits in, and she's melting away so insanely fast. She's got 2 Furies. That's fine. I'm trying to bait out a special 1, and a few hits are going to remove those Furies, and she's not even going to last any longer. So 30-second fight, very quick with Human Torch. Worked out very well. Very straightforward, just extremely easy. No need to use the pre-fight there. We get the full attack bonus in 21 hits, and we get out of there very clean. So our second fight on Path 6 is this Hulk Ragnarok, and he's another 6-star, and this was the first time for me. I haven't fought him in Alliance War. He's at rank 3 as well. He's on the Power Focus 1 Power Alternator node. And this is where we're going to have Moleman make his debut. He's an awesome counter here. Hulk is obviously large or extra large, but so is Moleman. So all I have to do is knock him down to remove that protection if I trigger it. And I start the fight by missing a parry, which is never great. But right here we get back on track and just a couple parries. We're going to heavy attack, build those monster masses one more time. And here we go. So now we are in our frenzy, and every hit is criticaling, and we're stacking those bleeds. We're just going to throw the special 1 because of Power Alternator, just to make sure we don't give him power. I'm comfortable dexteritying his special 1, but I just decided to block them in this fight because I really just didn't want to take that risk, and they're not doing a whole lot of damage. And yeah, just like that first fight, this one is nearly over already. So, 25 hits, something like that. Again, it's like a 30-40 second fight. Ends so quickly, it's absolutely insane. 23 hits, full attack bonus. Moleman, so amazing. I absolutely love this dude. And we're going to check in on the war status here, on the war progress. So you can see we're tied on attacker kills, and our opponents, America, have actually died 3 times less than we have. So at the halfway point, as we go into Section 2, we knew it was going to be a very close war, very tough, so we had to play very well to make sure that we stayed on track with them from this point on, because we really could not afford any more deaths. So keeping that in mind, we're going to progress into Section 2 now. And we're going to go back onto Path 5, which I haven't taken in several wars, actually, so this was a little different. We've got a Rhino on the Ebb and Flow Intercept and Sadist node, and he's a 6-star at rank 2. So we're going to use Moleman, and again, if we trigger the protection from the global, Moleman just knocks him down, and that will remove it. The other thing I wanted to try in this fight was Moleman's unstoppable counter charge that he gets from blocking a regular attack, because I was under the impression that if you interrupt his attack with that unstoppable, that would count as an intercept. So that was kind of the strategy going into this fight, but as you'll see pretty quick, this does not go according to plan. We got him in the corner, which is great. but we accidentally triggered Frenzy and the Unstoppable right there, and I wasn't ready for it, so I threw an errant heavy attack, and we didn't get the intercept, so he still has his Protect on, and our Frenzy is going to end super fast because we entered it with only 8 Monster Mass charges. We're missing parries there. I just decided to throw the Special 3 because this is going to give us more Monster Mass charges and keep us in the Frenzy longer. But ultimately, this is not the way I wanted to do this at all. Kind of a rough start. It kind of threw me a little bit, but we get back up to 11, 10 Frenzy charges here, so we're trying to bail the Special 1. We're going to go in and hit him. And even with that protection still up, I mean, we're doing a pretty good chunk of damage. Again, I'm missing parries all over the place, and I'm not retaliating because I'm not trying to miss them, so I'm not prepared to counter when I go Unstoppable briefly. But we're going to end that combo, and we're going to end our Frenzy. And without even intercepting him, we managed to do 60% of his health, roughly, from those hits. So I saw that, and I was like, I really don't need to intercept at this point. I still want to try it to see if it works, but I certainly don't need to do it in order to down him, because all those guaranteed crits, all those bleeds are still doing a pretty good chunk of damage to him, even with that 60% damage cap on, so I wasn't too worried. But we're basically going to build our Frenzy again here, and we're going to try to get back into the Monster Mass Frenzy so that we can start criticaling and bleeding him on a consistent basis. And we want to get him in the corner. We want a heavy attack. But right here, I miss a parry again, and I actually did counter with my Unstoppable, but it didn't count as an intercept. And then he catches me in a combo right there. Ugh, just gnarly. It doesn't do that much damage. Rhino hits pretty weak, and Moleman is pretty beefy. But, you know, we're down to like 50-something%. He's already down to 13%, and it really seemed to happen extremely quick. I really wasn't even paying attention to his health bar for most of this fight, and all of a sudden I look up during the Special 3, and I'm like, holy crap, he's almost dead. Then I get caught by a Special 1, which is not great. So you can just see all the mistakes I made in this fight, and yet I still ended the fight with 50% health, and he went down in like 2 minutes, and we never removed the protection. So that was fantastic. It took 100 hits, but we get the full attack bonus, and even though it wasn't clean, it did work out very well for us, so kudos to Moleman, just speaks to how awesome he is. So that was a very interesting fight for me, but next up we have this Nova with the Redoubled Determination, and the same node, it's the Ebb and Flow Intercept, and he's a 5-star at rank 5, and this is a Dr. Doom fight, basically a Dr. Doom cheese fight. And I've been taking Nova a lot this season because I am so comfortable using Dr. Doom without ever even attempting an intercept. There's really no need to try to intercept Nova here. Once we get into our Doom cycle, that damage cap from the protection is basically going to be irrelevant. And we're going to be doing so much damage to him from the Furies that we get from our Special 3s. And we're going to keep him power controlled with our Special 1. And we're going to just keep repeating this Doom cycle. Right here, that was a little close. I pushed him very, very close to a 3rd bar of power. Like, he was probably 99% to that 3rd bar of power when he dashed at me. And we got very lucky that he didn't have it. So I pushed it a little close there, a lot closer than I meant to. But ultimately worked out in our favor because now we are in the Doom cycle. And we get the Fury. And we can just throw these Special 3s, followed by the Special 1s, and then followed by a 5-hit combo, and get back to our Special 3. So this is the dreaded Doom cycle that Novas fall into extremely easily, and it's a pretty basic fight from here on out. It's, you know, the same thing, rinse and repeat several times, as many times as it takes, basically. Get our nice little combo in after the Special 3, power drain him with the Special 1, hold the block, let him come at us. He's playing a little stingy here. It took a little while to get him to us, but finally he does. And we're draining his power with every hit. And again, we get back to our Special 3. And we're going to throw it again. And yeah, there's really not a lot to comment here. This is pretty straightforward. I think anyone who has fought Nova with Dr. Doom knows this cycle pretty well and is pretty safe. There's really not a whole lot of mistakes that you can make here to make you lose this fight. You're going to take some block damage, and that's fine for me because I don't need Dr. Doom again for this war, so I'm fine taking the block damage. I don't care what I finish this fight with health-wise. He's down to 2%. Special 3 is obviously going to do it. And yeah, that is going to finish our war. Very short, very quick. 4 fights, all pretty standard, pretty straightforward stuff, but it was fun to use Moleman, so I enjoyed it. This was a good war for us as an alliance. I would say we did pretty well. We did end up winning. I'll show you the numbers here. So we died 15 times. So we really stepped it up in Section 2. After we saw we were behind in Section 1, we did a great job of limiting our deaths in Section 2. And whenever we can keep it under 20, that is fantastic. That's a pretty good formula for success. A lot of credit to America. I think they played extremely well. I think there were just a very few number of fights in Section 2 and the mini bosses that gave them a little bit of problems, and that resulted in, 11 more deaths than we had, which is still a pretty close war, I'd say. So, with one war left to go, that win does put us back in Platinum 1, but just barely. We're at rank 30, which is the last spot in Platinum 1. There's only 30 places in this bracket, so we are on the verge. And all that means is that in our last war, it's totally in our hands how we finish. If we win, we are going to get a Platinum 1 finish guaranteed. If we lose, it's basically a guaranteed Platinum 2. So it's basically all on us. We can finish this season really strong, get some Platinum 1 rewards, which would be amazing. It would definitely be the highest finish I have ever had in Alliance War for me personally. So, drop a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you want to see more. Be sure to catch our last war of the season if you're curious how we end and close out the war season. But I hope you all having a great day and a great war season as well, and we'll catch you in the next one. See ya.